Hi there, my name is David Honholt. I'll be your instructor for this course. Right now I'm at El Paso High School where I am teaching the dual credit government courses as well as the economics courses. So I wanted to take a moment to walk you through the course, let you know what's going to be expected, okay? So when you first log in, you might see an announcement or you can click course materials. You might see this right here. Okay, so the first thing that pops up is how I want you to contact me. And I'd like you to use Remind, okay? And the instructions are laid out right here. You can do it via phone or your computer, doesn't matter. Just go ahead and sign up for the Remind so that you can ask me questions, ask about grades, ask about assignments whenever you want, okay? You can text me using this feature at 2 in the morning if you want, okay? I won't get back to you till the next day, but that's fine. Okay, just whenever you want, you can just go ahead and do this. All right. So let's start with the syllabus. Bring up the syllabus here. You can see it populates in the browser, or you can click here and it'll open in a new window so you can print or download. Okay. My information is right here. This is my email, my phone number. This is only for emergencies. I'd rather you use the Remind. It goes to my phone anyway, so it's basically the same thing. All right. The book, which you should have gotten last week, it should have a little card in there for Inquisitive, which you will use to access the Inquisitive assignments. Your grade will break down in the following way. You'll take, I can't remember, it's 4 exams or 5 exams, but your average exam grade will be worth 30% of your overall grade. And then you're going to take a chapter test for each chapter. That'll be worth 20%. These chapter tests you can only take once, so you're going to want to make sure you are really prepared and ready for that test before you click start. There'll be 3 current events assignment on the weeks that we do exams. You'll have a current events assignment as well. There is an explanation sheet in that folder for you to download and look at. It has a rubric and the expectations, even a sample. Okay? The Inquisitive assignments are 30% of your grade, so it's very important you complete those. Right? And then if I add any other assignments, that'll be 10% of your grade. Okay? Now on your exams, expect them to cover 3 to 4 chapters. There'll be multiple choice, may have an essay question, may not. Plan on taking 2 tests per 9 weeks. All right? Remember, they're 30% of your grade. On the Inquisitive, see, if you read your text, you can cut down the amount of time these Inquisitive assignments take. Normally, if you've read the material and you've done the other assignments, you can probably knock this assignment out in about 30 to 45 minutes, maybe less, okay? But if you go in cold and try to finish it without reading the text, it'll probably take you 90 minutes to finish it, maybe more, okay? The most important part of the syllabus is probably the schedule or the calendar. It lays out exactly what needs to be done each week. And if you print this out, you can then just cross them off the list as you complete the assignments. And that way you don't fall behind or forget to do something. Okay? I will take off points if an assignment is completed in a week that is not in the week that it was assigned. So if you don't do these assignments in this week, but say you do it in this week, I'm going to take off points. And then if you haven't done it by 2 weeks after it was due, I'm just going to put zeros and move on. Okay, so make sure you keep up to date on these assignments. Okay, so let me go back into the course and show you a few things. Notice that all the weeks here are open. So if you know you're going to be missing a few days or going on a trip, rather than not doing it on while you're gone, you might want to go ahead and get ahead. Do the assignments before you leave. Okay, save yourself some hassle there. All right. So the Inquisitive, when you go in here, the assignments are going to be listed right here. The first time you sign into Inquisitive, you're going to be asked to create an account by using that access code that is given to you on that card. Once you complete that first sign up and registration, it should not ask you for it again. You should be able to click the link and it'll take you right to the assignment, and your grade will then be recorded into my grade book, just like this. So if I click it, it takes me right there. okay, because I've already gone through the registration process, all right? And then you can just go ahead and complete the assignment. The way this works, if you haven't done it before, it's going to give you a series of questions and different types of questions, and you'll get a grade once you've completed, I think it's 15 questions. And then at that point, you can keep working to get 100. Once you score 2,100 points or 2,000 points or whatever it is, you'll have the 100. You can keep going and keep practicing if you want, or you can at that point stop. It's up to you, all right? So if we go back into the course materials, you can see that on week 4 you have an exam. Now notice how there's nothing else due except the exam and the current analysis or current events analysis paper. And if you click this link, it gives you all the instructions you need with a rubric, with examples. I would recommend looking at texastribune.com. It's a good website to use for finding articles about what's happening in Texas that are interesting and usually very relevant. Okay. When you're submitting the assignment, make sure that you do not paste your work here. This is strictly for comments. Okay. You're going to want to either click this button here, write submission, and then you can paste your text if you wrote it somewhere else, or you can simply upload your file, your doc file, and attach it using this process. But I want to make sure that you do not use this comments box to post your work. Okay. Notice one last thing before you go. I want to say a few things about the assignments. Let me go back in here. Notice that there's this box here. This gives you the objectives that you're expected to learn. Tells you a little bit about the simulations or assignments that go with it. This may seem like a lot of work, but it's really not. These assignments are very, very short. This one maybe has 5 questions, 4 questions. This has 3 or 4 questions. This one has 3 or 4 questions. This right here will be a writing assignment. So you should write a few paragraphs at the minimum when you're completing this assignment to get a good grade, okay? This is also in your textbook, so you can find the You Decide section in your textbook. You can read it right from your textbook. Look, the questions are going to be the same, okay? And then if you want, you could discuss them in the class with a partner, and then you get to writing. But I'd like to see some thought and some analysis in those questions, and make sure you explain why you chose the position you chose, okay? So I hope you guys have a good year. That's a little introduction to the course. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know using Remind. I usually get back to you within the hour, sometimes a few hours. If you're texting me during the day and I'm teaching, it might take me a little longer, okay? Well, good luck, and I hope you do well.